White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. What do you think the president's answer is going to be about participating in those hearings on Monday?
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of that announcement, of course, but up until this point, we've seen this is illegitimate. It's a sham. It doesn't hurt Donald Trump that the Democrats are going down this fake impeachment road. It hurts the American people. You know, when Nancy Pelosi stepped to the podium yesterday, she could have talked about USMCA and passing it for our farmers and ranchers and auto workers. She could have talked about fixing our infrastructure that is so badly in need of repair, or lowering prescription drug costs. She didn't. Time and time again, Nancy Pelosi puts her own selfish political desires above the needs of the American people.
Okay, Hogan,
it is shameful, and she does it over and over again.
Let me ask you a couple things about that. Is the bill in front of her right now, USMCA? Is it ready for a vote?
She's quibbling over language, but it is absolutely ready for a vote. There are safeguards in there that have never been in that piece of legislation before. It's a new deal that would immediately impact and improve the lives of the groups I mentioned. Look, I was in Arkansas over Thanksgiving hunting with family farmers, and they told me everything hinges upon USMCA. It hinges on a China deal. We're moving forward with all of those things, despite Democrats blocking it. And they're doing it because they don't care about anything but trying to attack and take down a president.
There are Republicans, though, who don't love it as well. Are you confident that you have the votes on USMCA? If the vote was taken today, do you have those numbers?
It's our understanding we have the votes. We can get this thing done immediately. Okay. But I have to make a point, though, about Nancy Pelosi. I think this is key. You saw today, you saw yesterday that Nancy Pelosi pointed out she was moving forward with impeachment before we even responded to Chairman Nadler's letter. She did the same thing earlier when she said move forward with impeachment before we even released the transcript with Zelensky. And who could forget, we're going to pass Obamacare before we know what's in it. This is a pattern of hers. She doesn't need proof. She doesn't need evidence. All she wants is a political power grab to try and take back power that she lost because of her bad decisions.
Okay, I want to ask you how confident you are in Republicans. Here's what Senator Chris Coons had to say.
We will be relying on a small number of Republicans who are pushing back against this idea and who recognize that impeachment is a serious, significant constitutional moment. There are, I believe, a few Republicans who recognize that what President Trump did here was demonstrably impeachable, but who are very concerned about the political consequences for them and their party.
Hogan, is that true? Are there a few Republicans who think that what the president did is demonstrably impeachable?
Well, we've already had a vote on it in the House, and in lockstep, the Republicans stood together, which they never do.
What about the Senate?
Because of what this president, the evidence that he's done nothing wrong. I mean, that's pretty clear at this point. The Senate, as I mentioned before, the president is clear. If it goes there, he wants a trial. He welcomes it. He wants the American people to see the truth.
But are there Republican senators who are wavering?
He absolutely wants to bring forward serious witnesses like the whistleblower, like Adam Schiff, like Hunter and Joe Biden. If they're going to do this, if the Democrats want this fight, it's something the president is willing to have.
Are there Republican senators who are wavering, like he said?
Not to my knowledge. We've met with hundreds of members of the House. We've met with just about all the Senate members as well, and they agree. The president's done nothing wrong here, that this process is a sham. And quite frankly, they also understand that when they go back to their states and districts, the people that elected them to actually get something accomplished on their behalf are being blocked by the Democrat Party. And as you head into Christmas and you head into the holiday season, people are going to want results from Congress. And right now, all they're getting is hatred, vitriol, and a sham impeachment hearing that doesn't do anything to put food on the tables of the American people.
What was the president's response to the argument from Jonathan Turley that the call was far from perfect, but it wasn't impeachable? That is an argument that many have said is a better place for Republicans to be. So now as you move on to the Senate, what is his response to people who make that argument? The call, it was anything but perfect, but it wasn't impeachable.
Well, look, they can have their opinions, and that's fine. The president's been clear. He feels like the call was perfect. He didn't press Zelensky on anything other than getting to the bottom of corruption in his country. We know that. He wants other countries to pay their fair share. The burden sharing for this country has been exorbitant. We're the ones who are the world's piggy bank. The president said that. In fact, if you go back and look at NATO, a lot of those leaders, we had a meeting with 2%ers, 9 countries now paying exactly what they should be paying. Other countries countries aren't. The president is holding their feet to the fire because he understands this country, America, is taking on the burden financially, militarily, across the globe. And while we want to protect our partners and allies, we can't be the only ones footing the bill. And so far, this president has been extremely successful in making sure other countries finally chip in.
Does he have problems, though, with Republicans saying what Jonathan Turley said, saying that the call was not perfect, but it wasn't impeachable? Does he have a problem with that?
Look, what he has a problem with is this sham impeachment proceeding. He did nothing wrong. Everyone knows that now. We did the unprecedented move of releasing 2 transcripts in which the president of this country talked to the president of another country and did nothing wrong. And everyone knows that now. And all the speculation of the witnesses who didn't actually witness anything doesn't matter. The 2 people on the call, the president said he didn't pressure Zelensky, and Zelensky himself said he didn't feel pressured. The foreign minister of Ukraine said he wasn't pressured either. So this is all nonsense. It's a political game.
But Hogan, you didn't answer my
stop.
question. You didn't answer my question, though. Does he have a problem with Republicans saying that? It's okay if you don't want to answer it. I just want to give you one more chance.
Well, look, as I've said many times, and so is the president, he believes the call is perfect. He did nothing wrong. And regardless of what other Republicans say or feel, they all know at the end of the day this is not impeachable, and the Democrats need to stop and get back to the work of the American people, the work they were elected to do.
Hogan Gidley, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.